Hello and good night. Good evening, I guess. I want to talk tonight about control after our week of focus. Um, I really want to focus in on the idea of control. And I think that something that I've realized in my life is that control, or the idea of control, is to a large degree an illusion. What is control? What do you really have control over in your life? And there are definitely some things that you get to control. Those controls are your choices. But there are lots of things in your life, in many people's lives, whether it's death, whether it's, a natural disaster, whether it's the opportunities that present themselves or pass by, those things are not always up to you. They um, are presented to you for you to experience, but they're not necessarily under your control. What you do have control over are your choices. And when you really think about that, what that means is the only actual control you have in your life is the individual present moment choices that you make in your life. And those choices range from, you know, when to go to the bathroom, to, you know, smoking cigarettes, to having this pop, to, I'm going to leave now, or as opposed to I'm going to leave in 5 minutes. And those choices, accumulate and sort of build up your um, what path you are on. When you realize that those choices are always boiled down into the present moment, it it allows you to understand that there is nothing, there's nothing that exists in the future, and nothing in the past is currently um, affecting your ability to be present and make the positive and correct choices for you in that moment. The only thing that matters in making that positive choice, in being that person you want to be, in reaching that next level of engagement with your consciousness and being present, the only thing that is the only thing that matters is present, is now, and each individual choice you make. Um, and coming to that realization tonight really allowed me to have a bit of a breakthrough, I think, um, because what that allows you to do is really let go of the past, and let go of all of your not necessarily your plans for the future, but your goals, but your expectations of what the future will bring. Right? You let go of any instance of um, any instance of a feeling that if something doesn't turn out this way, it's wrong, or it's incorrect in some way, um, because that really closes you off to experiencing things that actually do happen in the moment. And sometimes you've all had that happy accident. Something occurs in your life, um, and it really wasn't the way you planned it to happen, but it somehow it worked out. It worked out in the right way. Lots of people, have those moments, and I think everybody has those moments in their life. I know I have, and I just feel like, in order to really appreciate and be grateful and gracious in those moments, it's important to kind of let go of the past as well as your expectations for the future. Just allow things to unfold how they do, and that is the experience that you are left with, and what you are allowed to grow from and learn from. And that really allows me, I think, to envision sort of two separate selves. The one self is, all the current decisions that you make on a nightly, daily basis. I'm going to have some chips. I'm going to eat that sugar. I'm going to do, whatever it is. And those things aren't necessarily wrong if you can do those things in moderation. But for a lot of people, myself included, those things are not. Um, they're not dialable. They're not scalable. You know, I went a long time without having any sugar, and I felt the greatest that I have ever felt in my entire life. And I let that go just simply because of outside stresses and um, just day to day life. And I just, even with the understanding that it is the one thing that has totally turned my worldview and ability to um, be creative and be positive and be, myself, um, has has um, that's what it's given me, is being off of sugar, is being able to do that. And for you, maybe it's not sugar, maybe it's something else, and those are all personal, decisions and experiences. Again, everybody has a slightly different story, and um, I just hope that, you know, when I picture this, person in the future who is, making all the choices that you typically make, all those bad choices that you don't want to do underneath it all, underneath you want something completely different, but there's something in there that just it allows you to, make those negative choices and explain them away. And I think that thing is an ego, at least that's the thing that it was for me. And being able to kind of um, not transcend that, but understand it partially, get past it by understanding that that is the major problem, is is empowering because it allows you to imagine um, that person that you are or that you want to be, right? That consciousness level of, being kind and peaceful and calm and gentle and just all of the just embracing, love and kindness. For me, um, that's what I think, I am at the core, and to know that, to understand that, I think is an important step, to know that, who you are underneath everything else, um, because it allows you to imagine that person, and then the choices that you make in the present, right? Coming back to individual present moment choices, the only real control you have in that moment, in that present, when you make that choice, whether you have that cake or whether you know, jog that mile or wake up early or whatever it is, that individual choice is the only control that you actually exert over your real life, over your existence in the short time that we have, in the short time that you have, me and everyone included. A lifetime is, it seems like a long time when you're younger. It seems like forever, but it's not. You as I get older and older, I get closer and closer to the age of my own father's death, and it puts things into perspective about the choices that you make, um, and the things that you value, the things that are important to you. Because again, you know, understanding that present moment is the only choice you have. It again allows you to let go of, all kinds of ties to, the physical and you know tangible world that is impermanent, right? No matter what it is impermanent, and um, I'm sorry, I'm dumping a lot out tonight. I had this real strong sensation that I wanted to get this out there, um, and yeah, I think that you know this stretch meditation that we're going to do tonight has played a really positive role, really key role in allowing me to get to this point. And I really, as I get further and further into this, I think that this is important. This stretching and meditating and breathing and connecting, mind to muscle in a very intricate and detailed um, way, very precise way. Um, and I think that this has played a pivotal role in getting me to this point. I do think, anyone who's come to this point and is here, um, it might not be 9 days in for some people. It might be way further down. It might be way sooner. I don't know. Um, everyone is different. Everyone has that different experience. But for me, having done this once before and kind of having a precursor in knowing what to expect here, with the clarity of my mind and with the way that my body feels, and the choices that I've been able to make over the last really 2 weeks, but officially starting 9 days ago and completely being sugar free and really focusing in on doing these meditative stretches every night. Um, it's really allowed me the strength and the knowledge that I can press through anything in that moment, and that really gives you that strength in those individual moments later on when you're craving that cigarette or when you want that sugar or when you want that whatever it is, whatever that place is. It allows you to understand that you were able to choose to be in these positions, be uncomfortable in these positions, and allow your body to relax to the point of even achieving a meditative state. And you were able to make that decision in the moment against your own, judgment, against your own feeling, your physical feeling of resistance. And later on, that gives you the strength to make those choices when you're faced with, that treat, that vice, whatever it is. And you can easily say to yourself, no, I don't, that's not part of who I am anymore because I'm going to be this person. I'm going to be the person that, I imagine because you are that person. You are that person now. And in the instance that you start making those choices, the choices that this person makes already, way out in the future, already exists. You just have to go that path instead of this path. Anyways, I hope that makes sense in some small way or resonates a little bit with someone out there. And if it does, give this a try. I'm hopeful that it can help you. I know that it's helped me. That's why I'm doing it and kind of putting it out there. Um, and yeah, I know that this has um, exceptionally positive. Um, it just puts out positive vibes for me in every way and in every sense of who I am. And I think I'm going to be kind of, probably integrating a lot more um, yoga, specifically yin yoga, but just a kind of a general yoga sense because I was doing that before. After about a month of doing, maybe a couple months of doing no sugar last time. This time I'm gonna just dive in because I feel like I'm kind of missing that. It's been difficult. Obviously, we're living in tough times, pandemic times, and it's been difficult to kind of do that routine of yoga in a studio or anything, which was the way I liked it. I like to have a positive feeling of people around me as well. But um, it's we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna do it here as much as I can, and just kind of do as much kind of um, little exercising, push-ups here and there, if I feel like doing it during the day. just to throw that in there as well and kind of speed things up a bit too. So, anyways, if you're here to join along, please do. And if you're new and just want to kind of check it out, you know, if you haven't been converted already and you don't want to try it, come back in a month or 6 months or a year, whatever. I'm going to be doing this for, well, we'll see. I hate to make predictions and say forever, but I think so. So we'll do that first stretch. Again, whatever the routine is, you're following along, touching your heels, or again, way up here, and that's totally fine. That is, you might not even be here. You have your own benchmark, and wherever that is perfectly fine. You go to that space where you feel uncomfortable, where it feels tight. You might start feeling your one muscle here, a couple muscles. You might feel a bit of a tightness in somewhere that has been stretched a little bit over the last week or so. And you just sit with it. And breathe. And relax. And as you relax, you begin to feel your body just slowly sinking. Slowly sinking into the stretch just a little bit deeper. And if you're here or further along in this, don't be afraid to pull and provide a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pull for the resistance that you'll still have, and you can still probably move a little bit further, a little deeper. And as you go deeper and deeper, as you relax, you start to feel tighter and tighter and tighter. More than likely one specific area. And that might be your neck, your back, could be your shoulders even, could be your lower back, your thumb, hamstrings, your calves. Anywhere along that entire line. And once you find that individual spot, you drown out everything else and you're going to focus in on that one spot. You're going to concentrate and focus in on that one individual muscle. And as you breathe in, you can feel it filling with air. And as you breathe out, you can feel it relaxing, giving way, letting go of that tension. And you get deeper and deeper, you might begin to feel it in a different place. And you'll be able to continue to stretch. You might come out. And as you come out slowly and gently. Moving into the next pose. Oh, oh, I was just about to say, that's the first night without a crack. There it was. Okay, as you move into that next pose, again, whatever pose that is, you're following along and you're doing this plow pose. The legs are over top of your head. You slowly, slowly guide your feet to the floor, allowing the muscles to tighten. Begin to resist. And just breathe. Let's move along and progress. We begin to feel new areas, new stretches, new pulls, places that we didn't previously. It's breathing, and finding that space, finding that individual muscle that is tight, that is stretching. You're pulling the parts of that muscle that don't get used on a day-to-day, and allowing them to relax, fill with oxygen, come to life again. We're sinking into whatever position you're in. Doing the pause. You can sink down into your back, let your spine curve, straighten your legs, feel a pull in your back, your legs, and just stay with it. Just allow it to be present, even though it's uncomfortable. Again, when you come out as slowly and gently as you can, touching each individual vertebrae. Down to the ground. You're resting. Being present. And close your eyes. Forget where you are. Just let it dissolve. Just be present in your body with your feelings. With that mindfulness, feeling the stretch and pull, feeling that gentle tugging, the gravity pulling down. The breath in, you can feel those muscles and tendons and ligaments. You can feel them filling with the air, swelling inside. And when you exhale, you feel them relax. You feel the tension leaving, pushing it out with your breath. And those muscles and tendons, ligaments, they just are allowed to stretch and be comfortable in an elongated position. Again, coming up, come up gently. And sometimes I feel I think I did left yesterday. Right. Crossing your knees, pushing down on that top knee, and closer and closer to laying flat. Once you achieve that flatness, move over. Try to keep my back as flat as I can tonight. At least to start with. And focusing in on my hip. switch. Muscles sometimes get a bit of a break. So put them in another extended stretching position. Breathe into those muscles. It's going to inch yourself forward, deeper, tighter. Remember to focus in on the feet and breathe to relax. Beginning to fill the muscle. Moving out to allow it to relax and release. And to feel and to feel. As you adjust for whatever position you're going to do next, just remember to breathe. Be conscious of both your breath as well as your body. Just keep it relaxed. Remember that all of this is within your control. And you only need to go to that place between comfortable, uncomfortable. For some, you might be able to push a little bit harder. Remember to stay within your comfort zone. Don't press out. This is not meant to have you in complete agony. You just want to feel the stretch. You want to put yourself in a position where it is painful. It is not a nice feeling. It's not comfortable. You would never stay here. But it is not the most agonizing thing you've ever felt. With just sheer force of will, you can keep yourself here. It's fine. Know that your body will keep you safe, won't let you go too deep too early. That's what this tightening, pulling sensation is. It's just your body's safety mechanism to prevent you from pulling muscle fibers that you don't normally use. And as you breathe in and breathe out, relax each fiber. You're just simply telling those muscles that it is okay to relax, to lengthen, slowly get pulled down by gravity into that lowest position they can be in, a position of complete relaxation. Coming out of that one, move forward and set it up. So allow your knees straighten. tonight. I think I'm gonna skip the eating over a light one there. Um, I'm needing to do more on my thighs. A friend of mine showed me this, but um, I'm still finding it a little bit awkward. I don't know what it is. With my thighs, I think they are quite tight, but I can't generally um, stretch them very well, either because of the tightness of my lower back, or just kind of a knee pain that I get in this position. Although I do feel a bit of a stretch in my leg, it's quite difficult. It's quite hard on my back. So I can end up kind of having to brace a little bit here. But this is probably the best position that I've found anyways to stretch this. A little bit difficult to stay in for a long time, which makes it difficult to do kind of a meditative stretching technique. Just stay with it as long as you can. And try to loosen these up so I can do a different pose. I find really, really helpful. Choices. Today those choices are doing that stretching, making a small step positive choice for your body health. Like I said, I haven't had any sugar. Um, Feeling pretty good about that. Sort of really fades away from your mind and from your thoughts. As soon as you get past that kind of physical craving of it, you tend to, or at least I tend to not really think about it that much. But there is moments where you want that snack or that treat that in a different life where grabbing, whatever. But again, it just comes down to those choices. And the more you make those individual present moment choices of no, I'm not going to indulge in that anymore. The quicker it becomes just your natural state, your natural habit. And it's not a choice anymore. There is no choice. It just you just don't do it because it's not something that you do anymore. You don't have to make a choice. Okay, well, that's really going to do it for tonight. Hopefully, if you're following along, it's helping you. Hopefully, if you just found this, you will kind of take a peek at the bit of a before and after we've got going on now. It's only 9 days, but um, I've lost. I don't remember how many pounds exactly. 8 pounds, 8.5 pounds, or something like that. And doing really well. Um, for me, the physical aspect of this is kind of a secondary benefit. The real benefit is the ability to um, get into that kind of meditative state, the ability to find a strength to make those choices in your life that you know you want to make, and the ability to just uh, feel feel physically good all day long, um, in whatever environment you're in. You know, if you take this head on and you really give it a go, I'm confident that it'll help you. So, you know, come come join the what's the what I've been writing down. Come join me and or join me on my journey and make it our journey. So, okay. On that note, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.